Good morning, members of Mount Zion and friends. My journey to Mount Zion was by a rather strange route. It was through the cemetery. I was interested in joining a group in saving the cemetery from being sold for apartment buildings and for it to be established as a memorial to the blacks in Georgetown and their contributions. We were successful in that. 30 years forward, that was the late 70s. 30 years forward, I decided I would join a church. So I visited Mount Zion and Pastor Slade was there. At the time, Pastor Slade was trying to provide air conditioning for the church and some other improvements. So he recruited me and Vernon and others to develop the plan for the air conditioning. We did that. We were quite successful. Whenever we completed the project, which exceeded $250,000, we did not owe a dime. So then he asked us to provide a chairlift for the seniors in the church, and we did that. And after we completed, we did not owe a dime. And then we decided to rehab and restore the kitchen. We did that, and after we finished, we did not owe a dime. It was beneficial to me because it allowed me to use my talents to help people in the church, and I had an obligation to do that. So the journey at Mount Zion had been a great one for me.
I was surrounded by those who believed in me and the power of God to make something out of my life. And at Mount Zion, from Miss Catherine Briscoe, who sat in the pew directly behind me and who I called my DC mother, I remember being constantly prompted to keep up my appearance, for I was being observed. For Cornelius Meady Martin, who followed up on a major contract, the 175th anniversary banquet, when I was severely ill, to Carter Bowman, who constantly coached me to lead in promoting the church's history, I am eternally grateful. Let me not forget his wife, Mamie Bowman, along with Madeline Queen, who encouraged me during the planning of the many Les Trochettes cruises and other fundraisers. Our Mount Zion men in black tie and our ladies in full-length gowns to welcome our WUSA Channel 9 anchor Jan Fox as the Mistress of Ceremonies, and our guest speaker Max Robinson, Executive Director of TransAfrica. I am also thinking about the 250th anniversary weekend of Georgetown, when Mary Kay Ricks, author of Escape on the Pearl, prepared an 1860 script for the Mount Zion that we played in costume with the choir. Vernon played one of our founders on whose land the church sits, Alfred Pope, and I played his wife, Hannah, one of the founders of the Female Union Band Society, part of the Mount Zion Cemetery. Our very own Pamela Twyman and Valeria Hill playing as escaped slaves. They took the front page of the style section of the Sunday Washington Post. Later on board, I can still see Granny, Deidre Jones's grandmother, and Clara Bowie, formerly an usher, in her little pink lace dress at dinner. On another cruise down the Mexican Riviera, I can see Bishop Leontine Turpo Current Kelly dancing with Carter Bowman and having a cocktail with our table guests at dinner. There are so many memories of people, places, and times that I could share, but not enough time to tell you of all of them.
Happy anniversary, Mount Zion. My name is Janice Haynes Davis, and I actually would not be here if it were not for Mount Zion Methodist Church. My grandfather, who originally came from Guyana, Egbert Adolph Haynes, came to Georgetown and Mount Zion as its minister in 1941. One of his sons, my grandmom and granddad, had 9 kids. Sylvester Albert Haynes happened to fall in love with a young woman who lived around the corner, Doris Elizabeth Bowman, and hence I was born a year later. Our family, the Bowman Haynes family, have remained in Mount Zion for many years. I grew up there, went to Sunday school there, did civil rights movements there, cooked there, played there, and the family stayed there. The 4th row is, in fact, the Bowman row. Across from us is the Haynes row. The Bowmans and the Haynes have been big contributors to Mount Zion, and it has remained an intergenerational church. My family still resides in the home in Old Black Georgetown. I really congratulate Mount Zion for, first of all, still being there for us, for GC, and for my family, and I wish us many more years of success and promise to work very hard so that the community will know how valuable we are, what a wonderful resource we are, and continue to serve. Thank you. Bye.
Life,
All your life.
mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother.
Right.
Major, when I was younger, really major. Ended up youth choir, usher. So it was really active. And anybody who was brought up at the same time as I will tell you we were active every Saturday or Sunday. Sisters, brothers, cousins. People have passed on, but right now it's Robin, Diane, and myself. When I went to college, I decided to join this missionary group. So that sent me over to Africa and Egypt for a while. Then when I came back, I started school again. And then when I came back to DC, I started coming back to this church. It keeps me grounded. I appreciate the family connections. Everybody knows somebody, and somebody's always kin to somebody else. So I really appreciate that.
My greatest blessing from Mount Zion is the moral and sacred education that has shaped my entire life from infancy here at Mount Zion. The history of Mount Zion and the responsibility as trustee chair that our founders have left for me are an awesome part of my soul. I look at how they built this church from slavery to the little ark, to the meeting house, to the present day building on the little resources that they had. It's amazing, and I feel I must not let them down. From their relocation to slavery, to emancipation, to segregation, to gentrification, to modernization, I pledge to keep Mount Zion strong.